In today's video, I'm going to tell you why Soorarai Pottru is one of the best Indian movies that I've ever watched. You're not going to want to miss this review, so let's get it started.
Reviews, reaction, satisfaction.
Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and thank you so much for being part of Dad's Den. If you've clicked on this video, that means you're part of Dad's Den family. And if you're new here, my name is Ken. I'm like the dad, the oppa, the papa of this channel, and you guys are the family members. So if you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing now. So how this movie review is going to work is this. I'm going to first talk about the acting, what I liked about it. Then we're going to talk about the musical score, the music of the movie. Then we're going to talk about the storyline and direction and production. And then lastly, I'm going to give you my rating, okay? I'm going to give you a ranking score of 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, 1 out of 10 would be the worst, 10 out of 10 would be just absolutely the best movie ever, right? So that's what I'm going to do at the end. So stick around to the entire end of this video so you can see what my score for this movie is, okay? So there's 3 characters in this movie that I really want to focus on, and I think the acting from these 3 individuals were just completely and utterly amazing in this movie, okay? So, of course, we're going to start with Suriya. If you don't know who Suriya is, you must be living under a rock or something, but Suriya, he is our main character of this movie. He plays Mara, okay? And in this movie, you will see him go, as far as acting is concerned, there are 3 people that I really want to focus on. And of course, we're going to start with Suriya. If you don't know who Suriya is, obviously you've probably been living under a rock. Suriya is one of the best Tamil film actors there are. I mean, he's just incredible. I've seen him in a couple movies now, and everything that I've seen him in, I'm just very impressed by his skills. Now, this movie in particular, he took it to another level. He took it to another level. Suriya in this movie, okay, first off, he plays a character Maran, okay, or if you want to do his full name, Nedumaran Ranjangam. So, I don't know why, whenever there's an N and a G together, I have a hard time saying that. But anyway, I'm just going to call him Maran because that's what everybody else calls him in the movie. So Suriya's character, basically, it is such an in-depth character, okay? He goes from being this, I'm going to fight for what I want. He always has that kind of fight in him, you know what I mean? And he learned that from his father. His father is basically, hey, we're going to fight for our rights here. Like, they wanted to train. Okay, they wanted electricity. And he did it in a more peaceful way. He always write letters and letters and letters and letters. But he fought for what he wanted. He fought in a different way. Suriya's character is a more aggressive, I'm coming at you, I don't care what you say, I'm going to keep fighting for what I want. You know what I mean? And that burning desire inside of him, it was hurtful in his life at times because he hurt his father. There's a portion in this movie where he basically yells at his father, and it's basically the last words that he says to his father, and he has to battle through that his entire life, even when he misses his father's death. He's off in the military, in the Air Force, and his father dies, and he misses that whole thing, and he has to come to terms with that, an inner peace. And you see him battle between wanting what he wants, and nothing's going to stop him to get this, but also he still loves his family, still loves his mom, still loves his dad, still loves his wife, and all these things, these just things that he has to fight through. And it's just, oh my gosh, some of these scenes where he's crying, where his father, when he comes back home and he's with his mom and he's just crying, that scene right there, whoo boy, man, just some incredible acting by Suriya. And on that scene, let's go to my next person that I want to focus on. Let's focus on Mom, okay? Because this was played by Urvashi. She plays Pechi. She plays Suriya's mother, okay, or Madan's mother in this thing. And I have not seen her in any movie before, okay? Her character in this movie, the acting that she was able to portray in this movie, while she wasn't the lead, okay? While she wasn't the lead, you get to see a mother's pain, a mother's strife, a mother's just journey of oh my gosh, I love my family. I'm here. I'm preparing meals for my husband, my son. They have this major fight, and you get that scene where they have that fight scene. Son and dad, and she's in between, and she's torn, and she's just like, oh my gosh. And then later on in the movie, you see her character almost kind of representing the town, the village people of, you gotta succeed, Marin, you gotta succeed. And then when he finally does, there is this the scene. Okay, I'm going to talk about it right now. There's a scene at the end of the movie, okay, where she comes off of the plane. Mom comes off of the plane. Amma comes off the plane, and they make eye contact with her son Marin, and it's like, you did it. You did it. And then when they get together, and she holds that photo of his dad to him, oh, I may or may not have cried. I'm a crier sometimes when I watch movies. I do. I cry sometimes. And I did. I cried at that scene because this movie, it was that good. It was that good. And Urvashi, she just killed her character in this. I mean, she was so good. So good as her character. And then the last, but definitely not least, character in this movie that I wanted to focus on, an actress that I wanted to focus was Aparna. Aparna Balamurali, okay, and her character is Bami. Bami is Marin's wife. Her character, wow, feisty, tough, but deep down inside, oh, there was just nothing but love in her heart, just love. She didn't like to show it. Because she was a tough girl. But she had nothing but love in her heart. She loved Marin no matter what he did. If he failed, if he didn't, it didn't matter. She was there. She loved him. I just loved her character. I loved how she portrayed this toughness, but at the same time, it wasn't like they didn't overdo it. Like, oh, women power. It wasn't like, it was more of, we're in this together, you know what I mean? And I love that. As a married man, I think that is so important. Husband and wife, you're a team. It's not one or the other is better. You are a team. And she focused on that so much, that we're a team. My money's your money's my money. It doesn't matter. We're a team, Madden. Come on, man. Like, her character, I just loved the way that she... Oh man, and her little thing where she had that tough face that she would be like so tough, and all of a sudden she just kind of do this little smirk smile, and you're just like, oh, she's got it in her heart. She's got love in her heart. She did such a good job on that character, though. So as far as the acting is concerned, top-notch acting in this movie. Top-notch acting from, I mean, everybody, even these, even the bad guys, Paresh and Jackie Schroff's character, and all these people, like. They were so good. I mean, there was good characters in this movie, and obviously those three that I focused on just did an absolute incredible job. Let's now talk about the music. Music by G.V. Prakash Kumar. Okay, not only I think what people get confused on too is I'm going to talk about two aspects of the music. Okay, you have the musical score. All right, and that's the music that you're hearing during scenes that are happening, and you're not even really noticing that there's music there, but it's creating an emotion. Music creates an emotion, okay? There's BGMs, there's video songs, all those things, right? But the musical score of this movie, just watch the beginning of this movie. Just go to Amazon Prime, watch the very beginning of this movie, and listen to the music. Listen to the musical score that is happening behind. It's not the video song. It's not the BGMs. It's not the, hype stuff, where they're dancing, doing all these fun things. That music was great too, don't get me wrong. Fantastic movie, and I'll talk about that in a second. But the musical score of this movie was absolutely epic, was beautiful. I'm telling you, if you could just get a CD or, I think I just aged myself with a CD, an MP3 or, download a song. But I just want the musical score from this movie because it was so beautiful. So well done. And then all the music that goes along with it, all the fun songs, all the dance songs, all the, all those different things, just top-notch stuff. G.V. Prakash Kumar, excellent music to go along with this. And it wasn't over the top. See, a movie like this, it didn't need to be over the top music. It just needed to be beautiful and emotional. And it did. It was perfect for this type of a movie, okay? Because this wasn't like a Mari movie or a Bigil. This was a very, well, I can't say the Bigil because Bigil was very emotional too. But anyway, I think you understand what I'm saying. Music, ooh, very good. Now let's talk about the director and the storyline and the producers and everybody else on this movie, because you could have great actors, you can have great music, but without a good director, it's just not going to turn out good. So anyway, Sudha Kongara Prasad. I think this is the first movie I've seen from her that she's directed. I could be wrong, but I think this is the first movie I've seen directed by her. What a wonderfully directed movie, you guys. I don't know. I would have loved to have been, and we did a couple reactions, the behind the scenes stuff leading up to Soorarai Pottru, of the behind the scenes making of and stuff, and we got to hear her talk about the different things. A lot of what she was talking about was she was just giving praise to Suriya and the cast and stuff like that. However, I wish we would have been able to see more of her direction, stuff that she was doing to create these scenes, to create these emotions, because there was some very emotional scenes here. And for me, if I'm watching an emotional scene, I don't want to see too many cuts. I don't want to keep cutting, or else you kind of lose that emotion that you have. For example, the end of the movie there, where she comes off the plane and she shows them the picture and stuff. There was a couple cuts because you had to get the different angles and see the different faces, but it gave us enough time. She gave us enough time to get into that emotion and to stay there for a few minutes, not a few minutes, for a few seconds, so you felt that, you know what I mean, before they moved on, and then he's with the three guys and he gets the phone call and all that stuff. It just, small things like that a director is going to do that just make a film just that much better. So as far as I'm concerned, just absolutely top-notch direction there. I don't know what else to say. Your producers were Suriya and Gunit Munga. But anyway, those are kind of my thoughts on this movie. Now, the storyline of the movie, anytime it's based on a true story, anytime it's based on true events, I personally think a movie's just that much better. I personally do, because I can connect to it more, because I know there's a real person behind this. There's a real Mara. There's a real, Marin. I'm sorry. There's real people behind this. You know what I mean? There was a real Bami who was baking cakes. It was making treats, and you know what I mean? It makes it more genuine, and you feel it more. So the storyline itself, and I know, of course, they probably changed a few things here and there to make it a little bit better story. But I loved it. I love the storyline. Incredible. I mean, who doesn't love an underdog story, right? The guy that everybody says, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. But then he says, yes, I can, yes, I can, yes, I can. Who doesn't love those stories? I mean, I love a good underdog story. So storyline's absolutely fantastic. Can't go wrong there. All right, now it is time for the part you've probably been waiting for. We're going to get to my rating of this movie. Remember, 10 out of 10 is the best, 1 out of 10 is the worst. All right, before I get to that, IMDb gives this a score of 9 out of 10. Ooh, boy, that's high. Google users, 98%. That is high. But what do I give it? What does Ken give Soorarai Pottru? All right, and I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. And it's really hard for me to give a 10 out of 10, because I feel like there's always a little bit of room for improvement on something, right? Now, I don't know where that would be in this movie. I can't pinpoint a spot where it'd be like, man, you could have done this better, you could have done that better. I really can't think of anything. So I probably should give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Okay, a 9.5 out of 10. This movie had it all. It had everything. Great acting, great story, great direction, great music, emotion, sadness, joy, happiness, crying, celebrating, dancing, crying again. Like, it had it all. And if I could recommend this movie to anybody, I would say yes, go watch this movie. Suriya deserves, personally in my opinion, he deserves some awards for his acting in this movie. He really does. Suriya just, it was so good. I mean, it was. I hope this movie gets a lot of awards because I really do. I think it's that good. I really do. And I'm not over exaggerating. I don't think. I think a lot of you are going to agree with me on this. But anyway, a 9.5 out of 10 ain't bad, right, everybody? All right. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to leave down in the comments what your rating is out of 10. Give me the score that you think this movie deserves, okay? I want you guys to go do that now. Put those down in the comments. I want to see what you guys think. That is going to wrap up this movie review here at Dad's Den. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to see my other movie reviews. I do have a few other ones here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Nandri, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.